Okay, no? So let us now proceed to chapter 6 of the Technopreneurship module, wherein we are going to discuss about financial plan and resource generation. So basically, we will be focusing on money matters in this particular chapter. We will be talking about the financial plan, how to come up with the financial plan, what are the parts of the financial plan, and also we will be discussing the parts of your activity number 7. I think it's already activity number 7, which is focused on financial plan. Uh, and of course your resource generation. So when we talk about resource generation, we are referring to the source of your capital. No, so will your capital be um, coming from? No, so will it be coming from the investors? Will it be coming from the bank? Will it be coming from your own personal savings? Or it could be from partnerships, family, and friends. So that's the resource generation class. No, so before we start with chapter 6, I'd like to um, uh, have a review first, no, of our topic discussed last meeting. No, so on chapter 5, we have discussed about the marketing, market validation, and introduction to user story, wherein we discuss about the importance of market validation in technopreneurship business or technoventure, no? And what are the types of market validation and when market validation is conducted, no? Okay. So likewise, we also have mentioned about the user story, how to come up or how to draft your user story from the data collected in market validation. Initial market validation, then we have the data, and then from the based on that data, we are now going to draft our corresponding uh, minimum viable product. And of course, your user story pala. User story muna, and then from your user story, then we can already derive your minimum viable product. So we also have mentioned about the minimum viable product. What is minimum viable product? And how does minimum viable product um, uh, can be achieved, no? Or how are we going to come up with a minimum viable product based on the user story that we have? So it was mentioned that we have to not only to focus on the usability of the product, but also there are several factors rather that we have to consider for us to be able to consider our idea to be the minimum viable product. And after having your minimum viable product, then you have to go back to your market or target market, your connections, and then present to them your minimum viable product. And upon their approval, let's say no, it's already approved by your target market, then you may now proceed with the product development. So that's the procedure of market validation, conduct of market validation to the point that we already have our minimum viable product. Okay. Last meeting, we also have discussed about the competitive diagram. You still remember the competitive diagram wherein we have the somewhat like the Cartesian plane, no? Wherein we can identify our direct competitors and indirect competitors, which is very useful later on when we are already on our marketing plan, no? Alam na natin kung sino yung mga um, primary competitors natin, and sila na yung i-challenge natin when it comes to our marketing strategy later on, no? Sila na yung ating parang kakalabanin, no, when it comes to our marketing strategy. Those are your direct competitors. And of course, your indirect competitors. So paano nga ba natin ginagawa yun, no? Just a quick review, we have the Cartesian plane, the X and Y axis, then um, you only have to choose two I think two property siguro that you wanted to compare um, your product and the product of your competitors, no? In our example, if you still remember, ang ginamit natin na property is the cost and the quality. The cost versus the quality. So uh, nagbigay tayo ng example. Ang binigay nating example was the Jollibee, a fast food restaurant, and then we name all the possible competitors of Jollibee, and then we came up rather with the competitive diagram for Jollibee, and we have identified several direct competitors, and of course the others as the indirect competitors of Jollibee, di ba? So that's how um, um, we can actually determine or identify our direct and our indirect competitors. So yun yung ating na-discuss in the previous chapter. Okay? So on chapter 6, this is already second to the last of module in technopreneurship, wherein having a marketing plan ata yung pinakahuli, or business planning, something like that, pero included doon ang marketing plan, no? And the last but not the least doon ay yung ating demo day, pero yung demo day na yon or elevator pitch ay parang ano na lang siya, no? It's more on giving tips on how you are going to present later on your outputs, no? During the demo day, no? I'll be presenting also on the last ano natin, yung ating mga criteria at kung paano mai-judge yung ating mga output or yung mga output. So the mechanics later on will be presented on the chapter 8. But that's not included anymore on the actual modules in technopreneurship, kasi nga talagang ano na lang siya, it's just for the preparation sa upcoming ano natin, upcoming demo day or techno day natin. Okay? So again, this is the second to the last module. So for the outline of my presentation today, again, the title of chapter 6 is financial plan and resource generation, which is focused primarily on the finances, okay, money matters, okay, of your company. So for the outline of my discussion, I'll be presenting the financial plan, background regarding financial plan, the objectives of the financial plan, importance of financial plan, and others, no, regarding financial plan. And second is the type of investors. So we already have computed our capital requirement. Then saan natin kukunin yung ating capital requirement for us to be able to start or to establish already our company? So again, now I'll be presenting to you the type of investors saan kayo po pwedeng mag-secure ng funds later on for you to be able to start now your own business, di ba? And of course, startup fundraising. Now, mamaya malalaman ninyo what is a startup, bakit siya meron dito. Okay, what's the difference between a startup venture with that of a company already, or well-established company already. So we will be discussing that as we proceed with our module. No? So for the objectives of this module, after this chapter, the students will be able to, number one, demonstrate understanding on financial planning. Second is to determine the importance of financial planning and identify the objectives of financial planning. And number 4 and number 5 siguro probably are to know the different type of investors. And of course, the different startup fundraising methods that we can use later on to generate funds for our capital requirement. Okay, so let's now start with the definition and background of financial plan or financial planning. So financial planning class is actually a term used by businessmen or in business industry, okay, which pertains to a proper allocation of budget, proper disposal of budget, proper use of budget, ano pang pwede nating term, no? And basically class, no, kung financial plan ang ginagamit ng mga company, sa atin din class, in our day-to-day life, we are already using financial planning na hindi natin na mamalayan. Like for example, no, you are a student. Every week yan, meron kayong allowance, no? Binibigay ng parent. Umuwi kayo sa bahay, and then binibigyan kayo ng allowance. Pagbalik kayo ng Tugigaraw, meron na kayong dalang allowance. So, anong ginagawa natin? We are allocating our budget, no? Maybe for some, no, they are doing that, no? Talagang hinihimay-himay talaga nila yung kanilang allowance at talagang nakaano yung mga budget nila, no? Ito para sa ganito, ito para sa ganito lang, no? Something like that, no? So, that's budgeting class or budget allocation. So again, we are already applying financial planning in our day-to-day life, no? Ang ano lang natin ngayon, paano naman natin siya i-apply on our company, on our business, and how this financial plan will help our business become profitable or successful someday, di ba? So ano pa? Example natin ng financial plan, ang dami, di ba? For example, lalabas ka, pupuntang plaza, budget mo 500. So anong gagawin mo sa 500, di ba? Or gagala ka using with a 500 budget. So iba-budget mo na ngayon yung 500 mo para magkasya at magawa mo lahat ng kailangan mong gawin, no? Pag lalabas ka. Something like that, no? That's already financial planning. Okay? So by definition, on our module, it says financial plan is a comprehensive overview of your financial goals, no? When we talk about financial goals, our targets, no? If this is our target later on, kasi part of the financial planning is already the forecasting of sales, no? So if you forecast this particular sales in a particular month, for example, then you will be doing you will be exerting extra effort in order for you to reach that particular goal, no? Because you have a goal, you have a target, no? Large companies have that particular ano, no? So for example, they are targeting a 10% siguro na ano or 98% probably na mga ganun na mga ano nila, na mga kita nila or increase sa pagkita nila, then they have to exert extra effort, no, to reach that particular target. So something like that class, no? You have your financial goals, okay, your target, and of course, no, financial plan have that particular data that you'll be needing in forecasting target para yung target mo naman later on ay hindi naman siya um, unrealistic, ika nga, no? If you have your financial plan, you have the data, okay, then you can forecast, okay, then you can come up with a reliable forecast of your target, sorry. You can come up with a much more reliable siguro na target ninyo for as far as your um, sales is concerned. Okay. Again, that's financial planning class. No? Financial plan gives a clear vision over all operating income and expenses of the business. No? Financial plan, nandun na lahat yung mga expenses ng company. What are the different expenses of the company? Their ongoing expenses or their monthly expenses, expenditures. No? When we talk about the monthly expenditures of a particular company, that includes salary of their employees. That includes their operating and maintenance costs. That includes um, uh, ano pa, yung mga possible na monthly ano nila, paying of loans probably if their capital was sourced from a bank, di ba? So those are the expenses of the business. Okay? At ano naman yung kanilang operating income? So that will be based on your that would probably based on already on the income or on the sales, okay? Or on the profit generated through the sales for a particular period. Okay, so that's financial plan class, no? So financial planning is a process of estimating capital required, no? So ito yung actually one of your activity na kailangan ninyong tapusin. That's why I am calling for a ano sana, for a makeup class, because this will be your activity for this week, no? So to be submitted or presented next week. Kasi by next week we will already have our final module, and I will no longer be meeting you for the entire month of May, no? Unless, no, meron tayong mga team building activities, because I am planning to conduct team building activities kasi hindi tayo nakapag team building activities, no, to improve sana yung teamwork ng bawat company ninyo. Then probably we'll have a 1 day siguro for the team building activities of all technopreneurship classes, no? So we will schedule that. 1 day siguro on the entire month of May, and the rest of the and the rest of the month, you'll be focusing on your product development already. Okay? So I'll be expecting very kahit man lang kahit siguro hindi man lang siya maganda, but it still working naman, at saka maganda naman kahit konti, no? Kahit konti lang, no? Ang inyong mga ipoproduce na mga prototypes. Okay? So and determining its competition. Again, competition, the competition analysis, or analyzing the competition really will help us come up with a better forecasting of our sales, no? So for example, class, no, bakit dagdag ang competition dito? Medyo mahirap yung competition na pag-aralan, no? Let's say no competition, you have a market, during a market research, it says that 60% of the total population or respondents wanted to buy the product. No, 60%, no? Malaki-laki na 'yon, no? Kung solo mo lang sana na supplier ng ganung klaseng product, then malaki yung potential mo, yung profitability ng business mo. Ngunit ang tanong, ikaw lang ba ang natatanging product or company na nagpo-provide ng similar product? Malamang sa malamang hindi. Meron na ding iba, or kung ikaw pa lang yung una, probably yung market research mo, mas kokonti din yung kanyang So, but then again, class, no? Ito yung natin, no? When we talk about competition, let's say 60% of the total market ang gustong bumili ng product mo. Now, you can't just assume that 60% of the total population, yun na yung sales mo. Not really. Why? Because you have other competitors. Then you have to identify, sa may pag-analyze ng competition, determining the competition, is to determine the competitive capability of your product. So, ilan nga ba dun sa 60% ang makukuha mo later on? Hindi naman lahat siguro makukuha mo, di ba? Sabi natin last time, yung mga customer natin, most likely, class, ang kanilang pipiliin or mas anuhin nila ay yung mga product na nakasanayan na nila, or yung lagi nilang napapanood sa TV, naririnig, mga ganyan, or matagal na. So sila yung pipiliin nila. Kapag bago pa lang yung product, asahan ninyo, class, na medyo kokonti yung sales, no? At yan yung pag-usapan natin mamaya, paano tayo mag-estimate ng capital, no, by considering that particular scenario na pag-launch mo ng product, paglabas mo ng bagong ng unang batch ng product mo, hindi ganun kaganda yung sales niya. Okay? Unless magaling yung marketing marketing manager mo, or your strategies mo, for as far as marketing is concerned, medyo maganda, then probably pwede ding mabenta lahat, diba? May mga ganun kasi, it will depend on the marketing din eh. Okay? So anyway, we'll talk more about marketing next meeting. Okay, so that's all about financial planning. So nakita na natin, class, no, kung gaano kaimportante ang financial plan, no, or kung ano ang financial plan, no. It really it is a document. Okay? It's actually a document that is composed of several parts, no? Like for example, the sales, okay? The sales for the past years, analysis of sales din para malaman mo kung anong mga buwan naging mabenta yung product mo, at aning mga period ang medyo mababa ang sales. Ano pa? Projection of sales, the expenditures of the company, the assets and liabilities of the company. So it's all about money matters sa company ninyo, nasa may financial plan natin. Okay? So yun yung kino-contain ng ating financial plan. But don't worry, class, I will not be requiring all of those from you. However, ang anuin ko lang sa inyo siguro is 2 parts lang, no? The first part is the estimation of the capital required, no? Paano nyo ko-computein, no? How are you going to compute for your capital requirement? And I will be assisting nyo naman sa paggawa ng inyong startup capital. Kung paano siya gawin, I'll be explaining it to you. Okay? And then yung part 2 naman is determining the price. Okay? The actual price of your product based, of course, on the estimated capital requirement natin. Okay, no? So that's startup capital. Okay, let's now proceed with the objectives of the financial planning. So one of the authors says there are Ilan to? Apat, no? Apat na objectives of financial planning. And the second mamaya is the importance nanggaling naman to sa ibang author, no? So, iano lang natin, no? Actually, halos parehas lang din naman sila. Okay? Halos parehas lang naman din yung ano nila, yung thought nila when it comes to presenting the objectives of financial planning. Pero yung isa kasi medyo mas specific. Okay? So let's have the first ano natin, no? Sabi ng isang author is the objectives of financial planning are the following. May apat daw. Number one, to determine the capital requirements. Okay, no? So determining capital requirements, as mentioned a while back, no? So we are going to determine, no, or compute or to estimate the required capital or capital requirement for you to be able to establish or to start your company. Okay. Next, to determine the capital structure. So where will your capital be coming from? Ilang porsyento ang kukunin mo sa investors? Ilan ang kaya mong ibigay from your personal account, personal money? Mga ganon, no? So, that is all about your capital structure. So, if you will be needing investors, no? How much investments are you um, um, trying to um, to get, no? And how much percentage siguro sa inyong capital requirement ang ibibigay mo sa mga or ilalaan mo for investors and ilan yung kaya niyong i-provide, no, as your of course naunahin mo kasi muna, no, yung inyong mga teammates sa company ninyo kung ilan yung pupwede nilang ibigay, no, as part of the capital. And then yung mga hindi ninyo na kayang anuhan punan, then maybe you can ask for investors pero medyo mahirap din, no? Especially if you don't have a ano pa lang, kumbaga wala pa kasing napapatunayan, no? Pagdating kay ano sa mga startup ventures, medyo mahirap pang mag-secure ng investments, no? However, kung sakali mang ganon, then you can get a loan from a bank naman or any financial institutions that offers loans for a startup venture. Okay, next is the framing of your financial policies. So when we talk about financial policies, we are referring to the policy of the company with regard to the expenditures of money or finances ng company. For example, salary. So paano nga ba yung procedure ninyo later on? Okay? In the claiming of the salary, tig-kinsenas ba ang salary? What are the attachments? Okay, those are your policy with regard to compensation of your employees. Ngayon, next naman, acquisition of a vehicle or any materials needed by the company. What will be the process or procedure? Okay? On the application or request of such materials. Who will be the signatories, di ba? So those are your financial policies. Again, you're still a you're still a startup venture, startup business or startup company. You can actually you can actually adopt a financial policy from existing companies na, no, kung ayaw niyo naman. But if you wanted to have your own policy, then pwede rin din naman, di ba? So again, that's all about cash control, no? So paano nga ba para hindi naman basta-basta magagastos yung pera, okay? Nang hindi man lang alam kung saan napupunta tapos nalulugi na pala yung company, hindi na nakikitang maigi yung mga pinupuntahan ng pera, the inflows and the outflows of fund medyo nagkakalabuan na kung saan napupunta yung pera, no? That's cash control, no? You need policies of course to really look into and of course manage i-manage mong maigi yung utilization ng budget or utilization of funds ng inyong company. Okay, lending and borrowings, etc. Okay, regarding the lending of or borrowing or loans of your company, no? So ano nga ba yung magiging policies ninyo regarding those uh, those ano natin, no, decisions with regard to the financial ano natin, no, financial or finances of your company. That's financial policies. Next, the last is the ensures that your scarce financial resources are maximally utilized, no, in the best possible manner. So scarce financial resources, bakit nga ba scarce? No, pag sinabi natin scarce, kokonti, kakapiranggot, ika nga, no, na financial resources daw. Bakit nga ba kakapiranggot or kokonti lang? Class, because you are still a startup venture, startup business. Okay, so what's the difference? Okay, according to business jargon, there are two types of business, okay, based on their financial capability of business or companies natin. The first one is considered as the giant companies, named giant companies. Why? These giant companies are already companies na meron na talaga silang stability. They already have a lot of funds na, reserve funds, na to the point that they can already afford, no, kahit sabit naman natin, no company can't afford na malugi, pero kung malulugi sila, they can still bounce back. Just like ABS-CBN, look at ABS-CBN right now, no? Nagkaroon sila ng problema in the past, but since they are already a giant company, they have a lot of funds, no, na reserve funds. Nag-bounce back sila. They are already from the negative profit. Okay, nagbawas sila ng mga before, because the inflow of funds sa kanila kokonti na lang, outflow ang dami kasi dami nilang mga dati, dami nilang mga empleyado. Anong ginawa nila to balance the inflow and outflow of their funds? Since wala na silang income, kasi wala nang masyadong nag-aano hindi na sila kumikita. Okay, kasi wala na silang i-run, di ba? So wala na silang yung price ng advertisement nila, yung airtime nila, medyo bumagsak na yung presyo. So ibig sabihin, since yung reach nila kokonti na lang, so yung mga parang bagsak presyo yung airtime nila. Before, according to if you still remember yung ni Duterte before, yung political ads nila, di ba? Sabi nila 1 point something yata daw per minute ang nila, 1 point something million per minute ang kanilang airtime ang bayad sa bawat per minutong nila. Kasi magkakaiba yan, class, depending on the kung saan ka nag-ere ng advertisement mo. Kung prime time show yan, ibig sabihin yung show ni Coco Martin, for example, na nangunguna sa sa rating, mataas, no? Mahal yung kaniyang airtime price. Pero kung dun sa kokonti naman nanonood, kokonti din, mas maliit din yung presyo niya. Parang ganun lang din, no? So look at ABS-CBN. Since they have a very naman siguro kahit paano ay sila, they already have a reserve fund. Okay? They nag-bounce back sila to from a negative profit to right now parang napapabalita that they are already steadily nag-i-increase na yung kanilang profit, no? So again, that's giant companies, no? Now, the second part or second type of business daw, based on their financial capability, is the startup venture, no? Like your company. So ano naman tong pinagkaiba niya from the giant? Since startup, from the term itself startup, paumpisa pa lang, pausbong pa lang na business. So therefore, yung inyong yung inyong financial muna o yung capital muna, okay? Yung financial capability pa ng inyong company ay parang pa lang, no? Wala pa siyang financial freedom masyado. So ibig sabihin, parang tight pa yung budget niya. So they have to look into the budgeting, dapat ganito, mag-allocate ng budget, no? Dapat eksaktong dito ilalagay yung budget kasi kapag nagkamali ka, parang lang yan, class, no? Yung startup company, they can't afford to to make mistakes when it comes to budget allocation. Kasi once na nagkamali sila, nako, possible na baka pagkalugi or tuluyan na ngang mamamaalam yung kanilang business or company, something like that, no? So yun yung pinagkaiba, class, ng giant and yung startup ventures or startup companies. Again, financial manager is the one in charge in ensuring, okay, that your budget later on or the financial finances ng company are utilized, maximize mo daw yung utilization, okay, in the best possible manner. Okay? So that's the 4 objectives of dun sa unang author natin. So let's proceed naman, class, sa pangalawa, which talks about the importance. Actually, parehas lang naman objectives and importance. Pero ito kasi is lifted from another reference natin. So tingnan natin mamaya, no? If you try to look into the enumerated importance of financial planning in here, halos parehas lang din sila. Medyo mas ano lang to, medyo mas naging specific lang siya. No? Let's say, no, number one, adequate funds must be ensured. No, let's talk about the adequate funds. No, regarding adequate funds, it may be referring to the capital requirement, okay, or it may be be referring to another budget allocation or so, requirement, no? For example, ng ibang mga activities ninyo, okay? For example, no, you needed to increase the sales, no, by of course buying a new vehicle. Financial planning will help you identify kung saan ka po pwedeng kumuha ng pera to buy a new vehicle, something like that, no? Again, that's adequate funds, no? It may be referring sa ating mismong capital requirement, no? Or it may be referring to another budget needed for needed by other activities of the company. So again, financial planning will help you now determine kung saan ka kukuha ng pera. Okay? And again, class, no, when we talk about capital requirements, no, isingit ko na lang din, no, kapag mag-aano ka daw ng capital mo, mag-aano ka ng business rather, you have to make sure first that you have a kompleto yung ano mo, you have a complete mo muna or adequate muna ang inyong capital. Okay? Capital, the fund. Okay, to start the business. Kasi once, class, na short, for example, no, your computed capital requirement is 2 million and you only have 1 million muna. And then you decided to start the company with the 1 million, okay? Then magkakaroon ka ng problema. Bakit? Kasi darating yung time na nauubos yung capital mo. Take note dun sa capital requirement mo, nakakompute dun yung 1 year na salary ng mga employee mo. Kasi nga, sabihin natin, no, the first month of production, nakapag-produce ka, nakapag-ano ka ng product, nag-launch ka. Hindi mo pa masasabi, class, na yung na-launch mo na product na yon or yung profit mo from the first batch ng paglabas mo ng or sales mo is already enough para paikutin or to operate your company. Hindi pa ganon. Bakit? Baka yung dun sa 200 na, for example, na product na binenta mo dun sa unang batch mo, baka wala pang 200 ang nabili. Okay? Baka wala pang 100 rather ang nabenta mo. Now, the profit from that 100 units, okay, minus mo pa kasi yung expenses mo per unit eh. The profit from that unit, baka hindi pa enough to compensate all your employees, no? Or hindi pa enough to pay your utility bills, something like that. That is why ang ano natin dito is we have to in our capital requirement, we have to estimate based on a 1 year or 2 year. Bahala kayo kung ilan yung 1 year na ang nirequire ko kasi sa yung activity niyo is 1 year lang na estimation of your okay? By the time na matapos na yung 1 year class, okay? Ang magiging mo na is yung kinita na ng company mo, yun na yung magsusustain sa company mo. Something like that, no? So bakit nga ba? Tanong ko kanina, bakit nga ba it's advisable na kumpletuhin mo muna? Kasi nga sabi ko nga, baka mamaya pag nagkulang na yung mo, wala ka na pampasahod, ano mangyayari sa company mo? 'Di ba? Magsasara ka na kasi wala ka nang papasahod sa mo. Something like that, 'di ba? So you have to secure first your funding, your capital bago mo ma-establish ang inyong company. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, financial planning helps in ensuring reasonable balance between the outflow and the inflow of funds, no? Again, financial plan, ang kino-contain nito is the outflow and inflow of funds. When we talk about the outflow of funds, these are the monthly expenses or expenditures of the company. Nabanggitin natin kanina, it could either be the salary of your employees, it could either be from the of course purchase of your raw materials in the production of your product. It could either be for the utility bills, di ba? So those are your monthly loans, di ba? Paying of monthly amortization from their loans. Okay, those are your outflow. Pag sinabi naman nating inflow of funds, these are the profits, no? The profits from your sales, no? Yung mga sales profit natin. Okay, so magkano yung ganon, no? So then you have yung financial manager Okay, we'll have to balance the outflow and the inflow. Kasi class, ang ano natin dito is as much as possible the inflow must be greater than the outflow. Kasi kung outflow is mas malaki kaysa sa inflow ng funds mo, malulugi ka. Darating at darating yung time malulugi ka. Kasi mas madami yung gastos mo kaysa sa profit na pumapasok sa company mo. So pasasaan at magagamit mo yung reserve fund ng company mo para to of course fill yung ano mo, to fill um sorry, to compensate yung ano yung needed mo for the for the outflow. Okay, yung kulang sa outflow. Okay, so ano mangyayari? Malulugi yung company mo. Again, financial planning yan ay part ng financial planning. I-determine niya ngayon kung paano niya ibabalanse yung inflow and outflow of funds. And of course, ang ultimate goal niya dito is how to make sure that the inflow must be as much as possible greater than your outflow of funds, no? Para ma-maintain nila na merong income ang company. Okay? So that's number 2. Paano nga bibabalanse ang ano natin? Ang outflow and inflow, pwedeng ano class, pwedeng pagbawas ng empleyado like what ABS-CBN did before. Nung kokonti na yung inflow of funds nila, then they have to ano to do some um, restructuring ng kanilang company at madami yung nawala ng trabaho, di ba? So that's one of the one way pag ano natin, no, pagbalanse natin ng inflow and outflow. Pagbalanse din sa mga pagkat ng mga cost ninyo, yung mga monthly expenditure, pwede rin, no? Instead na dalawang office ang pinapagana nyo before, if they can have one na lang na building, then pwede rin para maka ano dun sa utility and maintenance cost. Diba? So ang daming pwedeng gawin to maintain, of course to balance the inflow and the outflow para hindi tuluyang lugi yung isang company. Again, financial planning, that's part of the financial planning. Financial planning ensures the supplier of funds. Now, when we talk about supplier of funds, we are referring to the investors, banks, mga ganyan. Those are the supplier of funds. Now, if you have a very good or a good financial plan, okay? Then yung mga bangko or yung mga financial institutions, mga investors ay gustong-gustong mag-ano sa inyo, no? Hindi na pahirapan ika nga ang paghanap ng investors kapag maganda yung financial plan mo. 'Di ba? Papakita mo lang, this is our financial plan, no? This is our sale, mga yan. Forecasted sale, ito yung actual sales, mga ganyan, no? Pag nakikita nila that your financial plan ay maganda, well executed ang financial plan mo, then walang kahirap-hirap later on ang pagkuha ng mga investors. Then number 4, financial planning helps in making growth and expansion program for the long run survival of the company. No, so when we talk about growth and expansion, we're referring to the possible siguro na pagkakaroon ng mga branches, pagpapadami ng mga ng mga vehicles, for example, to increase the sales. Okay. Again, that's the growth of the company, no? By purchasing new vehicle, okay, yung mga delivery vehicle, for example, can increase your sales up to 13%, mga ganyan, no? Yung financial planning nyo ngayon, if you have a very good financial plan, then you can already identify kung saan manggagaling yung pambili mo ng sasakyan, mga sasakyan, something like that. Okay, financial planning will help you do that. Okay, do those kinds of things, no? If you have a very well executed na financial plan. Financial planning reduces the uncertainties with regards to the changing market trends, no? Pag sinabi naman nating market trends class or changing market trends, we're referring to pagbabago ng uso. Okay, that's very natin, no? Given na sa atin, no? As consumers minsan na yung uso sinusundan natin. Okay, again, financial planning nandun yun class, no? Sa may part ng financial plan. So, which can be faced easily through enough funds. Now, for example, class, no? Regarding the changing market trends and how does financial planning will help you cope with the changing financial trend, changing market trends. I'll give you an example. For example, the sales of halo-halo, no, during summer is very medyo mataas, no, yung ating sales of this particular mga products, no, during summer. If you try to plot that in a particular graph, you can say na February, March, April, May. Mga ganyan ang taas ng ng graph. Then pagdating ng June, kung saan tag-ulan na, July, August, September, bababa na yung sales mo. Okay. You can't assume that the entire year you will be having the same profit, no? Like what you have during the month of April. Hindi po ganun. Sa financial plan, nakikita mo talaga yung trend. Nakikita mo kung anong month ka mabenta yung product mo at anong month yung hindi. So anong gagawin mo? Hindi naman titigil, no? Hindi mo naman po pwedeng sabihin sa mga ano, kunyari, bumaba yung sales mo ng August, September, October, November. Hindi mo naman po pwedeng sabihin sa mga empleyado mo na pinasahod mo monthly na wag mo na kayong pumasok, di ba? Kasi mababa yung ano, yung sales natin. You can't do that. Di ba? Hindi po pwede 'yon. So, anong gagawin mo? If you have a very good financial plan na nakikita mo yung graph, alam mo kung anong mga buwan ka, anong mga quarter, anong mga period ka, then you can already think of product na pwede mo ding ibenta pagdating sa mga time na yung product mo ay mababa yung sales niya. No, anong mga period siya mababa? Then you have to think of another product na po pwede mo ding i-offer during those time. Para sa ganon is yung inflow of fund mo ay still balance or hindi ka yung kumbaga yung profit mo ay hindi siya masyadong steep yung pagbaba niya, 'di ba? At least meron kang pangpuno ika nga dun sa mga mababang sales mo or dun sa mga period na mababang sales mo dun sa isang product. Okay? Again, if you have a good financial plan, then you can see that you can see through all of those situations and scenarios. Okay? Next is the financial plan helps you in reducing uncertainties, no? Again, when we talk about these uncertainties, this is with regard to any financial financial or finance related or money related na mga natin, no? Money related na mga problems natin or money related na mga decisions that the company has to do or has to has to um um has to face, no? Okay? Para of course for the improvement of the company or the growth of the company. Again, if you have a financial plan at meron kang plano or meron regarding a particular then you can just go back and review your financial plan. Okay? Then makikita mo or it will help you, rather it will help you in the deciding and sabihin natin na reduce your uncertainties regarding any decisions pertaining to financial matters. Again, that's financial planning. So types of investors, no, meron na tayong financial planning. Now let's talk about the investors. Saan naman manggagaling? Possible manggaling ang ating finances later on. Number one, no, it could be sourced from angel investors. Ano yung mga angel investors? These are individuals, okay, who are willing to make high risk. Bakit siya tinawag na high risk investments? Kasi nga high risk startup pa lang kayo, 'di ba? Paumpisa pa lang, hindi pa nila alam, kumbaga parang parang susugal lang sila, 'di ba? Kasi wala pa napatunayan ng startup company whether magiging profitable ba or not yung product na i-develop nila, wala pang masyadong datos, no? Ang magiging lang nila, ang basihan lang nila are the projections, 'di ba? The projections ninyo based on your market and customer validation results. However, on the actual data, wala pa kayong basihan, no? As to the actual data is as far as the actual data is concerned. That's why it's called high risk investments. But then again, may mga tao kasi talagang ganito. Pag nakita nila that there is a potential on a particular a venture, then mag-i-invest sila. Okay, those are called angel investors. Next next is the public funding agencies. Public funding agencies refers to government agencies that are mandated or given the mandate to, of course, assist on the establishment, development of business ventures natin, small business ventures natin, startup ventures natin, in the development of new business ventures. Example nito, class, is the DTI. DTI has a particular program for the MSME. I'm not sure kung tama yung MSME ata, a medium scale. Hindi ko alam. Basta MSMEs, yung mga malilit na mga business wherein they can already apply for a loan sa DTI at a very minimal na interest. Very minimal yung interest. And yung loan duration niya medyo mas mahaba compared to what we have in banks ng bangko. Kasi 3 taon, mga ganyan lang. Diba? 2 taon. Kaya napakabigat ng mga monthly amortization niya. No, minsan umabot pa ng 40,000 mga ganyan ang monthly amortization niya kasi nga yung long term niya mas maliit, mas maiksi, mataas din yung kanilang mga yung mga interest nila. Okay? Again, public funding agencies yun. DOST, meron ding mga grant, no? They are not only na lang, no, offering scholarship and research grants, but also they already have a grant for technopreneurship or startup ventures. Okay? DOLE, meron din sila. Okay, those are public funding agencies. Next are the venture capital companies. We are referring to company or financial institutions. May mga ganitong institution kasi class talaga or company na wala silang product or services na binibigay. Sorry, ang ano lang talaga nila is they look for businesses who needed investments at nag-i-invest lang sila at kumikita sila based on their shares from the investment na inano nila, nilagak nila or binigay nila sa company na yon. May mga ganong klaseng company. No? If you wanted to get funding from them, then you go to venture capital companies. Again, private equity firms, somewhat similar to that. Strategic investors are investors lang din, medyo strict lang sila compared to the angel investors. And of course, the bank, okay, at sa bangko naman ay punta ka lang doon, apply for a loan. Ika nga. Pero ito nga medyo mahirap kasi ng startup company pa lang kayo. Alam naman natin mabusisi ang mga bangko. They have to make sure na meron kang capability to pay bago kanila i-grant or bago nila i-grant ang inyong loan. But if you don't have the capability to pay, then medyo mahirapan kang mag-acquire. Startup venture ka pa lang. Again, ang mga sales mo are just based on your forecast, okay? Projections, not on actual data. Okay? So medyo mahirap pang mahirap pa no, pagdating sa mga ganitong mga institutions. Now, let's talk about fundraising of your startup venture capital. So, sabi ko kanina, you're still a startup venture. So, paano nga ba kayo mag-raise ng fund, no? Number one, funding your own idea. Mapera kayong lahat na magkaka-group. Why not? Paghati-hatian na lang natin ang capital. No? Di ba? For example, you are 5 in the group and sabi nyo, 1 million ang inyong capital requirement, no? Based on your computations or estimation of your capital. Then, take 200 ninyo, something like that. Ne? Then you already have your capital requirement. Then you can already establish your company. Again, that's funding your own idea. Okay, next. Crowdfunding. Ito naman, medyo suntok sa buwan. Ang crowdfunding kasi class, parang parang paghingi ng donation, crowdfunding. Okay? To start your own company. Wala pa akong nakita. Example of crowdfunding is yung Bantay Bata, Sagip Kapamilya, mga ganyan, di mga donations, no? Those are your crowdfunding. Wala pa akong nakita class na nag-crowdfunding para lang magtayo ng sarili niyang business. Wala pa. Siguro meron, pero on my own wala pa akong maalala. Okay, sa inyo pala pag nagba-birthday kayo, 'di ba? You are already doing crowdfunding paminsan-minsan, 'di ba? Pag nagpo-post kayo ng GCash ninyo, 'di ba? 'Di ba? You're posting GCash, mga ganyan, those are crowdfunding din 'yan. Okay? Next is the friends and family. Okay, now if you don't have the enough fund, then you can ask for funding from your friends and family kung mapera naman sila, di ba? Next is taking a loan. No, go to the bank or any financial institutions, finance venture companies, then you can get a loan from them. Okay, or investments from them. Okay, that's taking a loan. And of course, number 5, the last but not the least, is to enter competitions. So there are already several agencies who are already conducting competitions for startup ventures. I still remember one of the yung hackathon, no, it is a yearly kinakandak yan. Okay? Ang ng hackathon naman is they have to come up with a business venture idea or a tech venture. Okay? And then the winner will get a prize of I think 1 million for the first, etc., etc. Hindi ko maalala kung ano yung prize ng second and third. So again, that's yearly yearly yan ginagawa, no? So that's again competition. No? Kung wala kayong at very very promising naman ang inyong product, why not enter a competition for you to be able to raise the necessary capital na kailangan ninyo for you to establish your company. Again, that is entering a competition. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation for Module 6. Okay, so yun yung ating financial planning. The importance of the financial planning. I hope clear na sa inyo kung ano yung mga importance of our financial plan. And at the same time, paano kayo mag-raise ng fund or necessary fund for you to start your own business. Okay, again, I already indicated or enumerated in here the several fundraising ano natin, no? Methods that you can apply. Okay, so if you have questions regarding finance and resource generation, financial plan and resource generation, feel free to message yung ating mismong GC para sa inyong mga katanungan. Okay, so that's the end of our chapter 6.